In this video, we will put the last layer, finally we'll put the last layer of our foundation of greatness. Okay, the ninth layer and the last layer. In the next episodes, we will build a structure on this foundation, but we needed this foundation. You can't build a structure on nothing. So the ninth layer of our foundation is about growing. Welcome to this incredible journey. My name is Gabriel. I am your trainer today. And the first thing that I want you to know or to remind you is that I believe in you and you have greatness within yourself. And anything that you desire for, anything that you want, is possible for you. If you want to know more about me or about this program, we have a link below that takes you to a video which explains everything about that. And in addition, I prepared a very powerful tool for you, which is absolutely free and will help you rewire, recreate, and reprogram your mind in a very powerful, positive way. Okay? And it's all yours. Absolutely free, and it will stay like that. Now, let's get right into the subject. So the ninth layer of our foundation is about growing, and growing continually, no matter what. It doesn't matter what day it is, this thing, it has to be done consistently and not scheduled consistently like we said with some other things. This thing has to be done each day and every day. This is what I did for me. For many years, I didn't miss one day when I didn't read something, listen to something that inspired me, that bring me more knowledge. You know that every bit of information that you learn creates 36,000 or 3,600 new connections in your brain. A lot of connections for every bit of information. And if you keep repeating that information, if you don't repeat it, you just read it once, it will go away in a matter of hours. If it has a pretty big impact on you or has an emotional impact, it will stay with you for a while. But if you don't repeat it every day, at least on that topic, on that subject, you won't keep it for so long. If you repeat it, it will stay with you. And new connections and new connections and new connection will rewire your brain. You know, for every piece of information, it is vitally important for this structure to stay on a continuous growth. I had a mentor, an early mentor, probably one of my first mentors was Jim Rohn, an incredible guy. And it was the first one that took me to this path of personal development, because he put things so simply that I could understand. I was coming from Romania. I was staying in America for a while, and this is the guy that picked my attention right away. And I said, this thing is for me. I have to do this. And he's got some really powerful quotes that are lessons for your life, for my life. They were lessons for my life. They helped my life. And I told you that I like quotes. Quotes are like spells, okay? Are like powerful spells. Words are powerful. Quotes are even more powerful because it condenses a lot of experience in one sentence or a few sentences. And I have here a few quotes of Jim Rohn, which I think that nobody can put it any better than that. Okay? I don't think it can be put more simple than that or better than that. That's why I want to quote him, not made it up myself, you know? Who am I? I am who I am, but I admit that I cannot put it better than him. So I like to quote him on this, especially on growth, because I think he's the most powerful teacher that has ever been in this personal development, from my perspective. Now there are others, there are many, but this was one of the best. And a lot of people that teach personal development today have his stuff in their speech, as I have. Some of his ideas, I put them there differently, but the ideas are from him. So, the first one, and the most important one, that really changed my life, sounds like this. For things to change, you have to change. For things to get better, you have to get better. Life does not goes better by chance. It goes better by change. And what does change mean? It means growth. Of course, you can change in a negative way. It's easier. But if you really want to have better things in your life, if you really want to have better relations into your life, coming to your life, if you want to have a better business or to be in shape or whatever you want, you have to become better. And in order for you to become better, you have to grow continuously with no stopping. This universe have some kind of weird characteristic. You cannot stay in one place. You either grow or fall. That's why the formal education now has no much importance. The formal education is just a scratch. It might make you a living, but it won't give you fortunes. It won't take you to fortunes because it's not enough. We are this century is the century of knowledge, the century of information. Information is the currency now. Information is power. Of course, it's potential power because it has to be backed up by behavior and action. But information is incredibly important right now. Another quote, he says, "Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better." Don't wish it was easier. Wish you were better. Don't wish for less problems. Wish for more skills. Don't wish for less challenges. Wish for more wisdom. Look how I see it. When you start playing a game, I don't like to play games on the smartphone or computer. It doesn't just stick with me. But I'm seeing people that play games, and they are at different levels. When you first play a game, there is no game that will take you right to the level 10 or 15 or 20, okay? Every game will give you the level 1. And you play it, and you make mistakes, and eventually you learn to play it, and it will take you to level 2. And then it will take you to level 20. When you are at the level 20, if you take the level 1, it's real easy. But it is not easy because that's how it was. It is easy because you became better. That's the way with absolutely everything, and this is a pattern. This is a pattern for life. when you start growing, when you start building expertise, things will get easier and easier at that particular thing that we are doing. But you have to build it up constantly. You have to build it consistently, not from time to time. If you do it from time to time, you don't do much. You cannot do much. Now, they say leaders are readers. Okay? Leaders are readers. And I know that the average person reads about 2 books a year, or used to when I was younger. Now, there are not many people that are reading now. I don't know why. Probably because of the technical stuff, or they prefer watching videos like this. But they are not reading much, and this is not good. And I will tell you why it's not good. When I was little, there was no TV. No, I didn't have any. It was, but I didn't have any. So I was forced to read, and that developed my brain, that developed my imagination, that made something out of me. When you see things that are already processed for you, your wiring, your brain is not as complex as when you read a book and you have to use your imagination. You have to use some of your highest faculties in order to create images of what you are reading. So reading is crucially important. Now, an average person, I told you, read 2 books a year. An average CEO or leader read about 4 books a month. Now imagine the difference between those people. And sometimes it is funny to see people that wish to be like that one. I wish to be like, I've heard people in my seminars that said, I wish to be like that guy. I wish to be like Bill Gates. And I said, no, you don't. Why? Because you are not prepared for that kind of responsibility. You know, it's like you put 220 volts in a circuit that is made for 12 volts. Okay, you know what happens? It's too much energy. It will burn. You know, it's too much responsibility at that level. And in order for you to get to that level, one of the most important things is to grow. And to grow, one of the most important things is to read. So let's see what that means. I know that an average book has about 70,000 words. And an average reader reads about 200 words per minute. If you divide 70,000 by 200 words, it means about 350 minutes. 350 minutes you need to read a book. And divided by 7 means about 50 minutes. 50 minutes of reading a day. Okay? That's all it takes. 50 minutes of reading every day. Do you think is a lot? No. No. If you want to build expertise, another thing that I've learned early in my training was that if you put 1 hour a day, 1 hour a day. Somebody told me that and got stuck into my mind. If you put 1 hour a day into something that you do to build expertise on that, in 5 years, with 1 hour a day, in 5 years, you become a national expert. Okay, 1 hour. If you put 1 hour a day in your growth, imagine if you put 4 hours a day. And now, why I'm telling you about 4 hours a day? Because the average person watched the goddamn TV for about 4 hours a day. Or if it's not a TV, it's the computer. 4 hours a day, living other people's life, giving nothing to his mind or to his brain, doing nothing. That means in an average life, adult life, are 13 years of life. You lose 13 years of life, 24/7, watching TV. Imagine what you could do, what you can do in 13 years reading the books. How much information you will have, how much skill you can gain. Because when you read a book, it gives you the energy to take action. It gives you the inspiration to take action. Because you know more, you will act more. Okay? So imagine what happens if you put 4 hours a day in your personal growth. You will become an expert in what you are doing. You will become a master of what you are doing. You have incredible connections. You will, I promise you, you'll never get old as far as the brain. Okay? If you use it, you don't lose it. But if you don't use it, if you watch TV, that means you don't use it. If somebody puts EEG, on your head, on your brain, and put you in front of the TV set and give you a talk show from there, you know what happens there? Nothing. It's like you are dead. If the same EEG will stay there and they will put you to read something that you like, something good, the whole brain will light up. Okay? Everything will light up everywhere. That's the way you grow. Okay? So don't lose that time. I told you, time is the most precious thing you have. You can make more money, but you can't make more time. So use that time. Use that time for your personal growth. And that investment is the best possible investment that you can make for yourself. You will never lose with that. You will always be above everybody. Above everybody that don't do this. So you have two choices. Jim Rohn said. You have two choices. You can make a living or you can design your life. What choice will you make? So, and the question of the day, how much time are you willing to put in your personal growth every day from this day on? How much time are you willing to put? Suppose that you want to reach your goals, you want to reach your dreams. How much time? Because if you tell me how much time you put, I will tell you when will you get there. Okay? How much time you are willing to put in your personal development? Are you willing to choose education over distractions, over entertainment? Think about that. Like the other lessons, this lesson, it's a very important piece of information to become aware of. But you also have to become aware of that it is just a starting point. It's not everything there is about growing. There is a lot of material about growing. This is the starting point for your study and for your growth. It's not the end point. Now I know this thing and that's it. No. Go online. You have, like I have, the friend, the oracle of the day, Google, and ask Google about growing. And it will give you anything. It will give you millions of sites. And you can make your own research. Don't stop here. I am giving you the landmarks on a map, but the map is not the territory. You have to go by yourself into the territory. You have to make your own research. It might not seem like an easy thing to do in the beginning, to read 50 minutes a day. It might not seem like an easy thing, but do it anyway. And in time, it will become easier and easier. It will become a habit and a part of your life. And this particular habit, it will have a huge impact on your life. I know you can do it. I believe in you. I know that there is greatness and light within you that just waits to get out and express into this world. Thank you for being here with me today, and I look forward to reach you at the next lesson, at the next section, because from the next lesson we will start to build on this foundation. We will start to build our structure for greatness. Until then, I wish you all the best. Thank you, and God bless you.